जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयो श्रित्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः। सदा लीनो रामकृष्णसमाज्ञया यो धर्मस्थापनरतो वीरेशं तन्नमाम्यहम्। ॐ ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। आदिगुरुं जगद्वन्द्यं लोकाधीशं परात्परं नवयुगप्रवर्तारं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं श्रीशारदां विश्वमातां शिष्यवृन्दं च षोडशम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। Yes, Vedanta Sara, the essence of Vedanta. It is a treatise for entering into the deep studies of Vedanta, and we have been trying to study it not from the scholarly way of attending to it, but as a part of our life's practice. We are all seekers of realization, so our views will be entirely different. When we study any scripture, any time, whether it is Bhagavad Gita or Puranas even, the whole look must be, our view must be, how shall I observe, how shall I utilize every word, how shall I utilize? So we will be going in a different way. Always the awareness of the divine be in my mind, my heart be expanded to love all beings and serve all beings, and then my mind be one with the nature which pervades the entire universe. So these three are the main things, and through that we will be able to destroy the animalhood in us, transcend the humanhood, and manifest our inner divinity. Each soul is potentially divine, and that divinity has to be manifested by this one. When the selfishness, ego, and self-centered living dissolves, we enter the jurisdiction of spiritual existence. The expansion to cosmic level, being one with all, at least intellectually, and efforts to practice it day-to-day life. Oneness, oneness, oneness. No separateness anywhere. So that is the main basics with which we are studying now. Now we will go to the second shloka. Arthato api advayanandan atita dvaita bhanatah gurun aradhya vedanta saram vakshe yathamati. Very simple, language is very simple, and we can easily understand. Arthato api, even by meaning, arthata, or his name is Advayananda. Advayanandan. It is way of expressing respect, though its term is pluralized because of the respect we offer. Shankaracharya, when we say Shankaracharya Bhagavad Padina, the plural is brought into picture. Padanam. So, Arthato api, even by meaning, he is the Advayananda. Atita Dvaita Bhanataha. Dvaita Bhana. He has crossed. How do you say his name and his what he is are same? Even according to meaning, just to take the meaning, then also you see he is Advayananda. Now, when Swami Vivekananda gave the names to his brother disciples, each one, how he selects the name according to their whole thing, you see. their nature, their way of dealings, their way of looking at the world, and what is their state of existence, all that is taken into consideration while giving the name to his sannyasi disciples. Now, here we see, same way, he has been named Advayananda, and he is Advayananda. Now, when we come to the name, the first thing we understand, now, the name, Nama, generally the whole world, suppose I go anywhere, they look upon as man, he's a man. Then my insignia, they will say, he is a sannyasi. How the identity names changes, you see. And when I was born, I was given the name, not present name of sannyasa. Mother gives a particular name to each of her child. That name is name for the physical body. Sharirasya namaha. Nama. So the bodily name, she is keeping that name for that body alone. And when we enter the brahmacharya life of absolute purity, sacrifice and service, and constant thinking of God. So when we come to the basic needs of the life, to transcend the nature and go, we take first the brahmacharya oaths. In brahmacharya oaths, we sacrifice our life, nothing for me, everything for God and others. So the identity, when he finishes the basic training in brahmacharya life of absolute purity and total dedication to the welfare of others, when he sacrifices, then the name is given as Chaitanya, Uttama Chaitanya, Krishna Chaitanya, Rama Chaitanya. The Chaitanya, the name is associated with Chaitanya in our Sampradaya. We belong to the Puri Sampradaya. Each of the Darshanami Sampradayas have their own names for the sannyasi and brahmachari. So in our brahmacharya, we get the particular name associated with, ending with Chaitanya. That is the name given to the Jivatman. When a person gets the Diksha, Brahmacharya Diksha, after the first is the white clothes ceremony, and then second initiation after renunciation will be Brahmacharya Diksha. In till that, only bodily identity. Then he is, once he dissolves his ego to the great extent, keeping it only for sadhana. Sadhakas, I am child of God, I am a sadhaka. Only two identity, I belong to God and I am sadhaka. These two, and earlier personality is able to dissolve. Then slowly shifting his identity from physical to the inner identity. He doesn't bother about the external things. Here we see the inner identity is now Jivatman, independent of bodily existence. So slowly shifting from purity, because of the purity and dedication, egolessness, slowly is shifting from the bodily existence to his inner existence. From Deha Bhava to Jiva Bhava. Jiva Bhava, when it comes, he is given the name so and so Chaitanya. And this is also, he has to go further. After that, he is fit to take slowly the sannyasa. In our tradition, usually 5 years after the joining, we will be given the Brahmacharya Diksha. And after 9 years, the sannyasa Diksha. When the sannyasa Diksha is given, He is almost even the identity with the Jivatman. He is slowly transcending. So he is in Brahmacharya, he is Tamobhit. Now he is Viraja. All the desires of the world for name, fame, the ego that was dominating, expectations, demands, all this has ended. Only humility, love and compassion. So much of compatibility with all others. Then he is ready for sannyasa. He is slowly shifting from the Jiva Bhava to Atma Bhava. It's a long course, though it is a long course of enlightenment. It's a path. He has entered into the path. Now I have to go to the Kailas, suppose. I have begun my journey. Oh, he is going to Kailas. I have travelled half the way. He is going to the Kailas. He is a Kailas Yatri. Till I reach the end, I am the Yatri to Kailas only. But what a difference it makes as we go closer and closer. Oh, I have come, I have come. How they feel, how they experience that I am nearing, I am nearing. So this we see that the Nama, any sannyasi's name, whatever the name be given, Advaitananda or Ramananda or Brahmananda or Krishnananda, whatever your name you give, it refers to the Atmic existence. Chaitanya refers to the Jivatman existence and the bodily existence. The mother who gives the name is for the body. So when the sannyasa name Advaitananda is given, it refers to his Advayananda. Advayananda, it refers to Jivatman. Every sannyasi's name is a name to the God Supreme. It is seen in different aspects only. So here, telling this, he is telling Arthatopi Advayananda Nandan Atita Dvaita Bhanataha. Why do you say he is by Arthato also? He says he has transgressed, he has transcended all dualities of existence. Sukha, Dukha, Janma, Mrityu, all whatever there can be. Dualities. I, you, this, that, here, there, time, space, all that is transcended. He has transcended the whole nature in all its aspects. The nature, vast nature, gross, subtle and causal level of existence of the whole universe is pervaded by nature. We are all imprisoned in the nature. I have no freedom. I can't do anything. Only thing I can do is call upon the Mother, call upon the Divine. Go on again identifying myself with the Atman and sacrifice this bodily existence for service of others. So this whole program is just to transcend to that place, to transcend the duality. Transcend the duality means transcending the nature in its entirety, completely. Nature, even otherwise, just when we come to the chakras, from Muladhara to Manipura, it is Jiva Tattva. From Manipura to Kantha, that is Vishuddha Chakra, it is Prakriti Tattva or Vidya Tattva. From Kantha above up to Sahasrara, it is Shiva Tattva. So when I am crossing the Kantha, Vishuddha Chakra, I am going beyond the duality, total. Nature is no more there. Divine Mother in her own glory, independent of the whole universe and all Jivas, is there in the Agnya. So here the Dvaita Bhanata totally adds your Akasha, which is this support of all existence in which whole universe has dissolved. There also, you have not transcended the nature. When Akasha Tattva also merges in the Shuddha Chaitanya, then we will be entering into the realm. So I am crossing the nature, I am crossing Prakriti and entering into the basic, a pure divine, entering the place of divinity, a domain of divinity, a dimension of divinity. So this is where we see, we in Ajna Chakra, that is after transcending the nature also, a identity with no identity remains as I. Like a ice floating in water, the I remains. Water and ice are one and the same. In ice, nothing exists other than water. Still, that ice says, I am experiencing the ocean. Infinite ocean, endless ocean, suppose, of water, and a piece of ice is floating joyfully in it. There is no difference, though there is a distinction. So this is the state when he enters into the Ajna Chakra. He is experiencing being one with the Chaitanya, because duality is there, Divine Mother is there. But there is no universe, there is no other human beings, there is no ego also. Ego also becomes one with the Chaitanya, one with the Buddhi, and Chaitanya-fied Buddhi alone enters into the absolute existence, the realm of spirit. So there we see Dvaita Bhanata. That is the crossing of Dvaita Bhavanata. The Prakriti, we are entirely crossing forever, never to come back again. If we come back, it is, the soul is dipped in the ocean of Chaitanya and brought. It is Chaitanya-fied at all times. It remains always free from all the defects the nature can provide. So here we see Dvaita Bhanata is crossed forever. Bhana is to bhati, pratibhati sarvam. All this is expressing itself or is presenting itself to be. Presenting itself to be. Just like now a form. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Karma only. This one. Content is Brahman. That just like the clouds, so many forms it is taking. Now like Ganesha, next like a tiger, you can go on seeing these clouds. It is changing every moment its form. It is only form. It is qualities. So if you eliminate this, only Brahman is there. Nothing else is there. So this is what we see here in this Guru Aradhya. Vedanta Saram Akshaya Thamati. Guru Aradhya. Guru Shishya Sampradaya. The eternal knowledge of Brahman is constantly flowing. When the new universe appears, the knowledge is flowing in and through it. Constantly. From all it is flowing. Eternally. Anybody can tune to it, gets the whole knowledge. He doesn't lack any knowledge. How to tune ourselves to that absolute existence. So the whole effort is to tune ourselves to the divine. Now we see the Guru Aradhya. The flow is God, and he has gained it, that supreme knowledge, Atma Jnana, and he is enlightened. He possesses that knowledge. He can give to others. He becomes the Guru. We'll end today. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.